You see that one? That is me smoking Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. I'm shameless tonight, people. I am shameless. No one is safe from me tonight. Not even Hotspur Bram. Whenever he decides to join, maybe he'll probably join in the second half of the podcast like his team. But nonetheless, welcome, people. The OGs are back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. And I am joined by the OGs, the original, the main guys. So without further ado, allow me to introduce my first main man, Master P, London's Blue Pride. Pascal, what you telling me, my bro? How are you?
I'm all right, and yourself, Chief? I'm all right. Nothing ecstatic to talk about, but I'm good.
Oh no, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk tonight. We're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations. Don't you care?
For sure. Yeah.
And of course, the man with the biggest smile in the world. You know, one thing I admire about him, even though times are tough for his football team, he still has that beautiful smile. Benny Blanco, what are you telling me, my G?
Sorry for being late, brother. Like they say, rather late than pregnant. In the words of the great Cosby.
Lateness is greatness, my
brother. My first pod in probably 3 years, Beaster. Hello, my friend. Hello, Pesco. Hello, TV. Guys, you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm extremely nervous, like I'm popping my cherry.
Nah, no stress, man. No stress. Love for jumping on though, my brother. Love for jumping on nonetheless.
Hello, Tamsin.
And I was about to introduce Beasteroni, but I see he's dropped out of the chat. But I'll wait for him to come back.
He's just very dark of complexion.
This guy, man, bro. This guy. Nah, but I've missed you. Nah, no lie. No homo. I've missed you. I've missed you. Really, I must say. It's good. It's good to have you back. People, first and foremost, I see there's already people in the chat. Very important what you need to do. Slap a like on the video. It doesn't cost you anything. It boosts the algorithm of the channel. And very, very important, link to Footy Therapy is in the description of this video, of course. So immediately it doesn't take you away out of the stream. Subscribe to Footy Therapy. I'm sure they do have some content lined up, so don't worry. They have got some stuff lining up. Am I correct in saying that, Ben Ten Hag?
Not yet. Probably in the new season. Me and Beast must still discuss, but like everything's been very hectic, and I don't want to do anything if I won't be able to commit fully, and he's the exact same. So we'll have a discussion. Hopefully by next season we'll be able to sort a lot of things out and continue where we left off. We left off brilliantly. I'd like to continue that. Thank you, Lord.
I'm sure you guys will. Of course. And of course, without further ado, my scouse, the Beasteroni Escabab, the Beasteroni Escabab, Beasteroni, what are you telling me, my brother?
I'm good, Davey. Nice seeing you so far on top. It's good to be back. I'm out of it, but I'm glad you're in it still. So yeah, like Benny said, we're missing the show on Footy Therapy as well, but soon we'll be back. But I'm glad to be on the show.
I love, man. You know what, Khalid? Big up Khalid and everyone in the chat. Khalid just reminded me something. Let me just move around here. Bring Beaster here. Benny, you above Pascal. Now let's move you here. Shame.
Yeah, they must thought they could get above us if they win you.
Some shade. Gents, you know what? I'm waiting for the governor to come and join the stream. Pause. But you know what? Only one place to start. North London Derby. I'll give my take first and foremost. Look, I think at this point of the season, as long as you get the job done, that's all that matters. Performances go out of the window. Results matter at this moment in time. The VAR call, I'm sure. Sorry?
You think you were lucky?
I think in parts of that game, yes, we were lucky. On another day, we draw that game. We shouldn't have allowed them back in the game in any case. We gifted them a goal. David Raya, goofy, doing goofy things. The penalty, of course, it was a penalty, and it could have been other times. You know what? That could have gone so much sideways if we draw that game. Then it's again Arsenal. If you know the narrative, Arsenal have bottled it. They don't have the mentality, this and that, and everything.
Yeah.
But overall, like I said, I don't think we played particularly well in the first half. But surprisingly enough, we
You guys got
capitalized.
three. You guys got 3 in 30 minutes. You had a brilliant first half, I think.
But
Yeah.
I mean, they dominated the ball. I think we were just more clinical and we exploited their weaknesses. They are the worst team from set pieces. We're the best team from set pieces. So
Yeah.
I see a lot of people giving stick to Ben White. Personally, I love his shit housery. I like that. We've been doing that all season, and when it was being done to us, I remember Aston Villa scoring a goal like that against us last year on the Emirates. I remember Brentford scoring a goal like that on the opening day as well. So for me personally, they can cry us a river. I personally don't care. But Benny Blanco, what did you make of it, my brother?
Loved the game. Was very confused by how you guys got 3 so quick. Like, yeah. I was very shocked to see Spurs defend that bad, especially in the first half. That was piss poor. And the way they're going came back to the game, that makes it the derby. You know, that even at 4 or 5, you're never really out of it if you have. Spurs have no excuse for how they defended in that first half. And if the score was a little tighter, they could have gotten something out of the game. Because I really enjoyed the way they came back in the second half. You guys had a brilliant first half. Second half, it always, as soon as it started, I always said that the next goal wins the game. Because that's how it felt. Because you guys exploited their weaknesses perfectly. Even with Saka and Saka the ball over, they defend high the entire time. There's nothing that this coach does to change his game plan. I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of him. But there's just sometimes, especially in a derby, where you think, not today. Do you know what I mean? He never once changed tact the entire game. And I, as a Spurs fan, would be very frustrated because you know what you're going to get before you start. You know what you're going to get during the game. You know what you're going to get at the end. So it's very easy for a team that is basically going for the league and the form that they are in to pick that the fuck apart. And that's exactly what Arsenal did in that first half. Big ups to them for coming back the way they did. I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't be shocked if it was a draw. I felt that you guys just hung on in the end, which never had to be. But we as United went through the same thing with Coventry. You never can get too comfortable, even with a 3-0 lead, which is weird. You could never say that. 3 goals, you give off the control, you clap. But they came back into the game, and I wouldn't have been, like I said, surprised. Had they drew the game, it would have been curtains for you guys in the league already. I know that every single game is a final. Every single game. Even if City does slip up, I still don't think.
Hey guys, sorry man.
Hello, Lovey. Hello, sweetie pie. How nice of you to join us.
Hi, Bram. I'm actually talking a lot about Bram's team. I'll shut up now. Okay.
No, Len. Finish, and then I'll let Bram go. I want to hear what he has to say. Go for
Bram,
it.
I'm done. Thanks, bro. I got my train of thought.
Sorry man, I was just on the phone with Ange. Said to him, listen, any of this shit of yours tonight, pack your bags. Pack your bags.
That's a perfect segue into what just so I can piggyback off what Penny has actually said. There has been a lot of talks about his tactics and why he doesn't change it around, Gav. But what did you make of the game and your thoughts on Ange? You've been very vocal recently about it. How are you feeling about it tonight?
Do you know what? Weeks ago or months ago, Pisa, I don't know if you sent that message to me or if it was on the.
Sorry,
Khalib.
Sorry.
Where you?
If I did get Khalib, then Arsenal would have to win the Champions League.
Hello, Khalib. How's Mo Salah doing, Khalib? Yeah, he's doing well, isn't he? Anyway, but just come to back with what Beaster said back then was for Spurs fans to expect a lot in one season of a coach's. It's just ridiculous because it's his first season. At the start of the season, if you said that we were going to be in 5th place, I wouldn't have believed you. I don't think anybody would have believed you. I think it's just the way we started, and his naivety. I think the whole hype caught up with him personally. And I think that we are. I don't know. I kind of feel like we're punching above our weight. In terms of you don't have a squad, right? We've got 11 players that have carried us, and the backup players just are not good enough. If you want to be serious and be seen as being a serious contender. Um, so, but I think he could have reverted to a plan B at times in games, which he didn't do. Hour before kickoff, I was talking to you, Devi, and I said to Ahmed, it makes no sense playing Son up front. Um, Son has to play on the left. Play the Charlison. If he only survives 45 minutes, chances are the game will be level pegging, right? What did he do? He reverted to um, trying to tactically compete with Arteta. I think his hope was the game was level at halftime, and then we come on with fresh legs in the middle of the park. Backfired, we were 3-0 down. The 3-2 scoreline flatters the result. I think it just flatters the result. We played well, but for Arsenal, it was a case of if you make it 3-3, we'll make it 4-3 right now. If you want us to go into another gear. Give him another year. Give him another year. I say give him another year. Personally, I'll give him half. I'll give him till Christmas in the new season. And if it doesn't change, this is not the Scottish League.
What if it doesn't change? There's no plan B. There's never been a plan B. If there was a plan B, it would be used in the North London derby. I'm sure of that. Don't you think that this league, especially this league, you get found out and you need to change? I feel like it's beyond him and he doesn't want to.
You do. You need to. You need to be able to adjust, right? And he's adamant that his football and his theory and his thinking is going to get us somewhere, right? I don't have a problem with him being adamant that, listen, this is our type of football. Granted, the structure and the formation, I have no problem. But at least you need to be able to defend. You need to be able to, when the calls for you to defend. Klopp didn't need to defend in Liverpool at the prime, whether they went to the San Siro, to the Bernabeu, to Anfield. It was the same. The grass is green. It's 11v11. He had the players that could do that. He had 3 guys that could score goals. He had a midfield that could score goals. We only have goals coming from 2 people. 2 people in our team. If Johnson and Son don't score, nobody else scores goals. So that's me done. Tonight is our last derby of the season. He better win it.
He must. I need you to win it. I personally need you to win it. For these next, I need, you know what it
Different
is.
reasons.
For my own personal reasons, of course. I'm looking out for myself, of course, because the thing is, I need you to be wanting to play for something when you go to City, because that's the only game I can see them dropping. People like to talk about Fulham and all of that. That's the only game I can see City dropping. We need to do what we need to do.
And I did say to you, either Liverpool, City, or Arsenal, Spurs will beat one of the 3.
Exactly. So I'm hoping for my sake at City. Khalib, you can continue. There's only one rule on this podcast. Ben, you want to tell Khalib the rule of the podcast? Say it again.
There's fuck all the rules, bro.
There you go.
Pascal, if you play the football you've been playing for the last 3 weeks, we're gonna beat you tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean that's.
If you are going to come outside to play football against us, we're gonna win. But if you are going to literally sit and wait for us to come at you, you're gonna beat us.
No, first of all, let me just piggyback on what you said. I think obviously it's Spurs is your team, you know it inside out. But I think as crazy as this sounds, I think your coach has earned the right to at least be in charge at the beginning of the next season. I don't think you guys should get rid of him over the summer. I just don't think so. I know it doesn't look pretty now, but you don't get to, you can't have it both ways. So you can't have a situation where you guys start like a house on fire and you're in the top 4 for the majority of the time, and then something goes wrong, and then you start, going down a little bit, and then we focus on the diminishing part of the aspect of the game. So I think he deserves that benefit of the doubt. Of course, how long you guys give him to stay until next season, that's entirely up to you guys, depending on what happens next season. But I do agree with you. I think going into this game tonight, I would actually say you guys are the favorites, just based on, I think, if you look at both sides, I know it's a derby. It's like what I told Davey the other day, that when you guys played Arsenal in that game, that 3-2 game, I said in the group that, it's a derby, anything can happen. I know we usually go with the form team, but you know how crazy it is. Somebody gets themselves sent off, mistakes happen. Look at what happened with the goalkeeper, that Davey, your goalkeeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid things
And I
happen.
said to, what, sorry to break you, I said to Bram at halftime, he said, game over, we're going to get slapped. I said, no ways. One goal changes the whole entire game. Anything can
Exactly.
still happen.
Somebody always does. In a derby, somebody always does something stupid. You know what I mean? And I mean, look at the last one that we played against you guys, Bram, whereby, I mean, for goodness sake, it was like, what, 11v, I don't even know, was it 9 or 8? Yeah, I mean, that is just madness. You know what I mean? So things do happen at any time in a derby. But I would say you guys are the favorites going into this game tonight. Just for the sake of, look, we've been up and down, man. Like, we've been so inconsistent. We've looked brilliant at times, and then you see the guys play the next game, and you're wondering what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? So,
where were you brilliant?
Oh, dude, come on, man. We.
I actually think.
You know what? Phases in games. They're brilliant.
You know what? Not to be disingenuous. I actually think they fight back against Aston Villa was one of the best games of the season.
The win against United as well. The win against United.
Yeah, that game against United.
That game could have gone anyway.
Yeah, it could have gone anyway, but they showed some sort of pride.
The next game for Chelsea, they were piss poor again.
Exactly, that's my point. You know what I mean? So their consistency is just there, like for everybody to see. So I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs won, regardless of what the tactics are. You know what I mean? Just based on like form and stuff like that. So yeah, like, but it's a derby. Anything can happen. We might just turn up tonight. You know what I mean? And surprise everyone. So
You probably will.
Nah, you never know, Bram. You know what I mean? This team, you just don't know. Hey?
Cole played over the weekend. Yeah, he played over the weekend. He should have scored.
He played over the weekend as well. Look, for us, Madison's been dropped. Kulusevski's in the 10. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing for us.
Right.
But just my last thing about Ange. Look, I probably think they'll probably give him another 2 years. I mean, he signed Hulk Crash now. If you look at the players he signed, 14, 15-year-olds, 16-year-old, like the best young talent in Europe. We signed like 6 players. So that Crash, he must develop our players, because you can't leave that kids to other people. Because that would be stupid of Levy. If you signed him, who's going to leave that players to?
To Pochettino.
I'll take him. You know what? I'll take him back tonight. I will take Pochettino back tonight. Please.
Khalib says they must give you a Gaviscon. You look like you have a heart.
How is that Gaviscon? Wow.
Don't you want to go? Khalib, don't you want to go?
I was thinking now, give Bram a scone. I'm like, okay, but I had to look now again. But look, before we jump onto the Liverpool segment, everybody was telling me all day today, Devin, you need to give props to Kai Havertz. You need to eat humble pie. Look, I must admit, the biggest compliment I can give to Kai Havertz, I still don't like him. But the biggest compliment I can give to him is that I haven't missed Jesus. I haven't been asking for Jesus to come back, and he's been doing a job. He misses at times, but he gets him behind the spaces. He's like a luster. But Master P, whatever you made of his performances, aren't you sometimes? Didn't you wonder at some point, where was this Kai Havertz for us? Because I mean, for 3 years.
Exactly. No, Dave, that's what I was going to say just now, Davey. I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute. Where was this guy half of the time that he was at Chelsea? You know what I mean? Like of course, I know he scored the biggest goal ever for us. But at the end of the day, like, he's been so, if I compare the habits that you guys have now and the guy that was at the bridge, I mean, dude, like, I don't know whether it's maybe Mikel Arteta's, I can't even call it whatever you want to call it, maybe influence or whatever, but the guy has been, I would say he's been much more clinical for you guys than he was for us, you know what I mean? And for me, And the funny part is we could have used that now, you know what I mean, more than ever. So, yeah, so that's how soccer is. It's funny. It's a funny sport, like where somebody can just go across town and they're banging in goals. I was looking at his goal tally now. I'm thinking, wow, like at the time that he was at Chelsea, I believe Jorginho was the leading goal scorer through penalties. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking, wow, this dude is really like flourishing. I know you guys are still critical of how clinical he can be as a centre forward. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'll take that numbers that he's showing for you guys at Chelsea right now. I'm telling you now. Like I'm not even gonna complain.
Easier number 9. Easier number 9.
It's not an argument number 9. I think that's his best position. Honestly, I think that's like remember at the beginning of the season we were playing him in a number 8 role, which I didn't think suited him. But I think that's the best position for him.
I think the one just behind the striker.
And
brilliant in the spaces.
Yeah, I know that. Look, I think he's a number 9. I don't know. That's just my take. I don't know. Maybe Davey has another opinion about it, but I just think that.
I think that's the best position for him because he's more of a nuisance there as well. And I think, look, like Aslam said, you still don't like your coach. I still don't like our coach. Like I've always been consistent in saying he needs to bring me a trophy because at what point do you now? Yes, he's done well with the progress, but you need somebody to get you over that line, guys. Or am I being disingenuous or what?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Just on that you were saying now, are you being disingenuous? Klopp is actually a perfect example of that because he also brought a lot to the club, but he didn't win a lot of silverware compared to what he could have won. They may rather add that to that because he won a lot. But if you take like 4 games, if we won that 4 games, we would have won another Champions League, another 2 Champions Leagues, another league, all of that in that just 4 or 5 games. So I think with Arteta making it there is a good sign. He's not been there 7 years, 8 years where you can say, bruh, it's time, we need to get some silverware in. I think your first 4 or 5 years, if you're competing for any piece of silverware, I feel it's a step in the right direction. If you win something, it's a bonus. Or you can get the manager to win something in his first year, but that's all he's going to win. And then from there, it's just downhill. But now everyone believes in him because in year number 1, he won the league, or in year number 1, he won the Champions League. So now you know it's almost like, next time. But if he's not winning anything, but he's competing in everything, and you can see the team is playing well, I feel that is okay if you're giving long term for that coach. Obviously now, within 5-6 years, you then expect a few pieces of silverware.
Sorry, Mister. I had to now Google what is disingenuous. I think you are right, bruh, Davey. Not can do since you're like Davey has a point too. Win is win, bruh. You can't be second. You can't want to lead the league every year, every season. And boom, when it's time to show who have big ideas, then you fall out. If it happens again this season, what you gonna say next season? You know what I mean?
How long is Arteta now by Arsenal?
5 years.
A long time, 5 years. Isn't it 6?
No, it's 5 years. It's his 4th full season.
Is it 5 years already?
Yeah, it's 5 years, bro.
Yeah.
5 years.
And he had 2 cup runs, 2 title runs in that time, no? 2 title runs in that time.
Yep.
You see, that's the thing. My thing is because it's so like business says that you need to get over the line. My thinking behind this is Liverpool are not going to stand still. Chelsea's not going to stand still. Benny, you guys are doing mass upshakes from the top and it's going to filter through to the bottom. Football doesn't stand still. It keeps moving. So it's either the difference of, and this is now not shade at Bram, we could be the difference of one good side, but just doesn't get trophies in the bag like Spurs. Like I remember one young side of Spurs that had a few years ago as well. So, but hey, let's see, 3 games to go. On to the next segment. I thought Saturday was going to be a nice, comfortable day for Liverpool. And then I think you guys should have won the game, Beaster. But I think the main thing that came from there was Klopp and Salah. What did you make of what has happened and what's been going on with Liverpool lately? Because I personally wanted all 3 of us to run onto the to the final day. But yeah, give me your thoughts, my brother.
But I clearly got the agenda wrong for tonight's spot. I'm here for 2024-2025 season. I'm here with notes on the new kit. Slot. I'm done with this.
The elements on the spot.
I don't watch last week, the week before. From the FA Cup game, I switched the fuck off. I think the last sweater I wore was on the FA Cup game. That was the last time I wore sweater.
You said that was a killer blow for you losing to United.
Okay, United broke them, guys. United broke them. They broken. United broke them solid. The same way we're going to do with Arsenal.
You can say it's bragging rights, you can call it whatever. That was the last game.
It was
the mental knockout. It was the mental knockout. That's what it was.
Can I ask you a question?
Maybe. Yeah.
You know, like, do you think that in the corporate world, or like in the working world, right? People resign mentally before they physically resign. Do you think he's mentally resigned from, like, mentally, he was...
What a just way to look at it.
Gone.
Because
I kind of think, you know what I kind of think when I look at him is, you know, his antics on the field, no? That is by default the way he is, right? But I kind of think that if I look at him, and I may be wrong, is, you know what, when we win, if we don't win, we don't win. There's nothing in him. There's nothing in him that is that passion. He's not even blowing his gasket over refereeing decisions that's not going their way. He's literally not even going over to the fans. He's applauding the fans, but the club that we know, I don't think Liverpool would have given up the way they've given up. And I think he's kind of just like, you know what, I'm not going to get any much more out of you guys. So I think that he resigned a while ago. And like you said, this was discussed with the Liverpool board a year ago. I think when the news came out, I don't think he should have said this was discussed last season. Because to that players, so you left last year already. Mentally, you were gone. You're just seeing out your contract. I don't think that had to come out. I just think it was to say, Lucia, I've reached a decision with the board. This is my last year. End of. I think the fact of I decided this a year ago, I sat down with the board, for them was so you are just seeing out your time. Why must we die for you? So I don't know your views on that, because that's just how I'm looking at it from this side.
To be honest, Brad, you're the first one that really, sorry, put it like that. But I've spoken to a lot of people, not just Liverpool fans, a lot of different people that obviously has their views on whatever. I personally shut down all the ideas of he shouldn't have made the announcement, because according to me, this was in the pipeline already. The in-house, they knew what was coming. So I didn't think that it was a bombshell. He dropped at the wrong time. He should have waited until the end of the season or whatever else. And everyone has obviously their own opinions. My thing is, after the whole announcement was made and everyone knew, we didn't play bad. So I don't use that. I can't use that as an excuse, because I expected that downfall to come a week or two after he said what he said. He's leaving, he's done. The energy, I don't have energy, whatever. A week after that, we should have been playing poorly. You could have seen, there's something not right. There's something not liquor here. It's Klopp's announcement. It can't come 2 months later, bro. It's more than 2 months later. You want to tell me because of that, you want to react this way? Bullshit. Yes, you can use it as an excuse, but don't make it out. I'm not going to believe that shit to tell me it's because of that. The players might act now, but it should have come a long time ago. We threw this league away. You can't blame it on Klopp. You can't blame it on the players. You can't blame it on him leaving. That is the club its own. That is the whole club as a whole. Whether Klopp was leaving or staying, it's still buckling the league. Because we were in the driving seat. If we won all our games, we would have won the league.
Yeah. And I think the fact, sorry, Davey, the fact that they lost, when they lost in the FA Cup, that was them not being able to give Klopp the quadruple. And that was the mental knockout. The fact that they couldn't go on and win everything for Klopp like they originally planned. That was the mental, because it was after that that you guys got Atalanta, that you lost to Crystal Palace.
That wasn't a plan, Benny. That wasn't a Liverpool plan. That was supporters' banter plans. They were giving the perfect send-off. No one came out and said, guys, we need to do this for Klopp. No.
I'm sure the players wanted to, though. They wouldn't come out and say it. But internally, I'm sure that when they found out, remember how they said they found out? They found out as it broke. So nobody knew this beforehand. And when they did find out, obviously it's a shock. You wear the shock wears off now. You're like, okay, fine. We'll give him the perfect send of the last dance. That was the words, remember? The last fucking dance. You guys wanted to go Michael Jordan up on that, bitches. And then when you lost the FA Cup, it was a realization that you can't. And that was the mental knockout, I feel.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I hear what you're saying, Benny, but I have to agree with Beast on this. Round about this, like after the whole announcement, I get. Look, people have got different ways of doing different things, right? So we can always debate about whether it was the right timing or not. Maybe you should have said it at the beginning of the season. Maybe you should have waited up until the last day when they're having a parade. I think that's neither here nor there. I will say this: that so he makes the announcement. And we're talking about 6 weeks ago, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, 6 or 7 weeks ago, Pep Guardiola is saying Liverpool are the guys that are in control of this thing and they're going to win the title. You see? So where was that energy? Where was that energy that they have now then? Because they were playing brilliant. Now, at the end of the day, okay, look, I hear about the FA Cup, the Atlanta situation in the Europe. I get that. I was even shocked about the Atlanta one, to be honest with you, because I thought they were going to win.
I'm shocked with the United one.
Well,
to be honest with you.
but at the end of the day, to be honest, man, I just think somewhere along the way they've run out of steam and they've lost their composure. Whatever is happening within, they know themselves. But I don't think it's about Klopp leaving and all of this quadruple business. I just think there's something happening inside of there whereby the players feel either let down by the fact that maybe he's leaving or whatever, or maybe they were not kept in the loop properly, like Bram said. I think he says that he had already decided a year ago. He had thought about it a year ago about leaving or whatever. Maybe if he had shared that with a group of guys, maybe they would have felt much more. I don't know. Look, these guys are earning millions. I don't even think it's about anybody feeling good about themselves. Just go out there and do the job. You know what I mean? So we're almost talking as if these guys play the game for free. But at the end of the day, I just think that something has gone wrong inside of there, something that was already there, I think. And this thing has just kind of highlighted the whole thing. And that's where we're at now. You know what I mean? That's my take. I don't think it's about the announcement. I really don't.
Nah, 100%. And look, I agree with Aslam. Honestly, I just think for me, like me and Beasta were chatting offline as well. Like, I just feel they've been wasteful in front of goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like toekom.
Especially Salah.
The Palace game.
The Palace game was bad. The Palace game was bad.
What is
going
on?
That was bad.
How was that ball not in the net? The United game.
Both United games.
Both. I'm like, okay, and you know, like Benny, like this is not being trying to blow smoke up your ass or anything like that, pause. But with United, one thing I can guarantee you give any one of those players any opportunity, they're going to take it. If you don't take your chances against United, those players
we can hurt you, yeah.
They can hurt you.
Like Chelsea, we don't have good games. We have good spells in games. That's where we are this season. United has never had a good game. They just have good spells in games. That's it.
United is the only team that will play well and then fondle themselves.
Exactly. Because in the good spell in the game is clear. There's the airtime, but
that's true. Is that they're the only team that will fondle themselves when no one's looking.
But then you know what it feels like as a Man United supporter, bro.
Oh, podcast is going sideways.
Now, why does he not just spell that right now, but he's struggling with Gaviscon?
Look.
But really, sorry, Brad. Being a United fan, what I think of every time I watch them now, it's like when you had a Super Sunday, there's just games on. It's United versus Liverpool, and after that, it's Arsenal versus Chelsea. And Beasta made a Mursa Pochi. You have 2 bottles of whiskey and 2 cases in. Tomorrow morning, you must wake up 4:30 and then go to work. Now you must think of how you feel at 9 o'clock that morning. Now you must go perform on the soccer field. That's how if I would have to perform in that state, I feel that is how United is playing as we speak, bro. They are performing in a state of babalas. They are still highly intoxicated when they take the field. That is exactly how they are playing, bro.
They went
Before
for
we
a
go-
vasectomy when Fergie left. They reversed the vasectomy.
They're very possible from front and back.
United Arena is that team that they will hurt you at will. But then somewhere along the line something happens and then you just like
Someone makes a mistake. And it's always straight after we score. Always this entire season. Straight after we score, we concede.
Mister,
But
but
Salah-
do you know what? We are the unlucky ones now where your striker scoring form will come on Sunday when we play you. Everything
Yeah.
else can go in. Everything they just miss again. Spurs will
And that is what I told him. With the same with United. United is beating Arsenal, bruh. United is beating Arsenal. Guys, I'm telling
How
you.
much do you want? I'm telling you live on here now. How much do you want? How much
We
do you
will
want?
not be doing that. We will not be doing that. My chest is out. No, there's no money involved. I will not be doing that, bro. I will not be doing that.
Besides,
where
do you
you
want-
drop points.
Can we not
You
make
might
a
not
bet
lose,
just
Davey,
watch
but
the game
you might
together?
draw the game against them.
We might,
watch
but
the
we're
game
not
together.
gonna.
No, just watch it together.
United is getting 3 points that time.
I'm willing to try.
United is getting 3 points that time.
No
3 points.
way.
Not throwing.
Three goals
We're not
minimum.
throwing them.
You getting 3 goals minimum. That's what I'm asking you. How much do you want? 3, 4, 5. Your stadium will be empty by halftime. I guarantee you it. I promise you. I promise you.
No,
But
no.
Before we go on to United, Beaster, talk to me about the Mo Salah Klopp incident. What have you made of it before we go on to United?
Do we have to? Sorry, we don't have to go to United. We'll be fine.
No, we're going real. Our conversations need to be had.
Let Beaster go. Let Beaster go.
Let Beaster go. Beaster, we're
You
waiting.
don't want to
Beaster.
talk.
Beaster, we're waiting.
Okay,
Klopp, Salah.
I'm gonna tell you my thing. I think that Salah for me, that entitlement that I'm Salah and I have to play. I don't think Klopp should even let him get on the field after that. You shouldn't have just put him on the field. You just let him go sit, because you know what?
That's what I said.
You know what? There is, irrespective, you can be how annoyed, how upset, right? Go on the field, score 2 goals, and then you turn around and you look at him to prove a point. But to disrespect him in that manner,
5
as I
times.
think Pascal said, there's something in there. And Pisa, I know you said that you don't think that the announcement and the timing of the announcement, I kind of feel that it was, the announcement was okay. There is stuff unfolding about the announcement that has had an effect on their players. It's not just the announcement of him going, right? There is stuff that I think came out. Then I think the United defeat just kind of, like when thing comes in threes. I think that coupled with at the timing, and all of a sudden things spiral out of control there. And I think for me personally, Salah thinks he's bigger than Liverpool. That's just honestly my opinion.
And
Mane should
break your word.
Yeah.
We gave him that power. When Salah and Mane both wanted 300, and it was told to Mane, we don't do that. We don't go to 300s and 350s. We gave Salah that power over us by giving him the 350 that he wanted and Mane wanted, and Mane didn't get and he got. That for me, I didn't agree with that at all. Yes, everyone says Mane instead of Salah. Fair enough. My thing is, if you told Mane that's the reason why we can't give him that contract, it should be for any other player, whether it was Trent, Van Dijk, I don't give a fuck who it was. If that is what you're saying on the book, it says 350 is a no-no, and that's the reason why Mane can't stay, then it should have gone for everyone. Salah should have gone then when Mane went, and for me, all of them should have gone if that was the reason. So Liverpool, it's like they have themselves to blame. I'm sorry.
Aslam, call the Samaritans. If you're feeling despondent, call the Samaritans.
Or call the BCCSA.
Look, I just feel like
Davey,
personally, he's your best goal scorer. Like, why is it not? I don't get it. I personally don't get it.
Salah is the goat, guys. Salah is the goat. And did you guys hear what the lip read? When they got lip readers to check what he was saying? Apparently, he said 7 years, 7 years service. Something about the red card also. I'll go and I'll get the red card. Weird.
No, that's what I wanna know. Like, what did Klopp whisper to him that triggered that? Because obviously he's like warming up, and then Klopp walks to him and says something, and then all of a sudden the circus begins.
He didn't want to shake his hand. So now everybody knows Klopp, when you come on for Klopp, you will get a hug and a kiss and a twirl into the air, a pirouette. Salah didn't want to give him that.
Wow.
As when the goal went in, man, while they were standing there, the goal went in.
They argued before that.
The first statement was that is out of his control. He couldn't do anything about that. Salah's issue was he wanted to go on earlier. And then the goal happened, and that's...
Almost like, yeah, I get what say.
As if Salah's the fucking goalkeeper or centre-back that was going to defend that fucking goal that went in. First, point number one. Point number two is, like Brian said, you as a coach, you never let it... I don't care who you are. You can be Ronaldo and Ronaldo's doppelganger. You can be 7 Ronaldos. You're not going on that fucking pitch. I don't give 2 fucks who you are. If something like that happens, bruh, you're not going on that pitch. We can be 2-0. There can be a penalty and you are penalty. You're not going on. No one is moving. You going back because that is showing authority. Now the same way you can disrespect me in front of everyone, I'll show you who has authority in front of everyone. And if it means that's your last game for the season, so be it. I'm leaving at the end of the season. It might be you also because you're not gonna create a demon that the next coach can come in and he can do that to him also because I did it to Klopp. Klopp is Mr. Liverpool and he can do it to Klopp. The next guy coming in there, he has focal on Salah. He has this much on Salah. If Salah stays next season, bruh, that next coach is coming there must have fucking hair on his teeth and in between his arse. He doesn't have a fucking choice. There is no fucking way that Salah is going to take any shit from any coach now if you can disrespect Klopp like that.
That's a whole lot of Salah.
I don't even see him. Honestly, I don't see him leaving Liverpool next year.
Guys, they rejected 215. They rejected 215 from Saudi last season. 215.
Saudi come calling. Would you accept the bid, Vista? How much would you accept?
Take it.
Bruh, anything. I'll take anything. I'm in the rebuild stage. I told you this spot for me was for 2024-2025 season. According to me, I'm 21st.
David, you know what? Let me just say something now. Because post his announcement, Klopp's announcement, you had the Van Dijk interview. You had Salah about them not leaving Liverpool. They'll still be here next year. All right? As we've come towards the end of the season, it's now kind of that they not. How can I say? It's not like they won't be tempted if the right offer comes. You know. So for me, like I said, there's more to it, and Salah's probably that guy that's gonna want to have a say. I first want to see who's the new coach before I commit to staying here.
They know what he's now.
As you agreed, it's not easy coach.
I think it's confirmed, isn't it, Mister? Compensation has been worked out. It's just a matter of time now.
Yeah.
Remember, the season's still on. The season's still on, but it's just formalities now. It's on, no tense.
That guy from Inter, no, he said he wants to make his first signings. There's a midfielder from Inter, a Dutch kid.
Good.
Isn't
it from Atalanta?
Atalanta. Yes, that guy. Yeah, from somewhere in Italy. That he wants his first signing. So. Yeah, I think that's why, like they said, Van Dijk's open to Bayern or Juve, to going there. But I mean, like a few weeks ago, these guys were committing their future to Liverpool. That this is where I'm gonna stay. And now it's a case of, it's football. This is football. Who knows what's gonna happen in the future?
Guys, it's almost in the point. Guys are almost in the point.
Saudi not bidding. Yes, they put in a 250 a year or two ago, but he's the biggest Muslim footballer in the world.
Oh, yeah, he's the Arab god.
Holding a brand that needs the biggest Muslim footballer in the world. And I
Yep.
don't think they will change their bid or not take out and show what they can offer if it's on the table. If Liverpool allows them in, I'm sure they will take it. Whatever the price Liverpool makes, they'll pay it.
Fair enough. Say no more. Next segment, Manchester United. Vinny, what have you made of it? Look, of course, there are wholesale changes happening with Ineos and
Guys,
all of
it's
that.
5 minutes to kick off.
Yeah, 5 minutes. That's what I'm saying. I don't want you guys to miss your game, but Vinny, Rashford in music videos and stuff. Burnley. What have you made of it, my brother?
He's going to
Yeah,
Arsenal
guys.
next year.
I
He
don't want
would be brilliant. Rashford in this Arsenal team would be brilliant, though.
No,
He would be
no,
brilliant.
no,
Yes, he would.
easy. No,
Yes,
no.
he would.
Hello, this is not the school of the blind. The whole little taking any little scraps here, man. No. It's not
I
always
choose
a-
Rashford over Martinelli. I would choose Rashford over Martinelly. I would
Always.
choose Rashford. I would gladly choose Rashford over Martinelli.
Sy skoot 'n loos, nooit nie.
100%. Every day, including Wednesdays. I would choose Rashford over Saka also.
Nooit nie. How many goals has Rashford have this season?
Ready.
He had 30 lost. The season
I
is
don't
an
care
E
what's this
season.
season. I don't worry
The
about
season
this.
is an E season. I think he has like
There's
4.
no way on God's green earth that man fits into my team. That man can't run. He won't fit into that system. But anyway, you're taking me off.
When you
Throwing
sound
me
like
off here
a
now.
Catholic youth student talking about the pastor. Don't be that Brabini.
Guys, it's just a have an off season. That is it. You will see the best of Rashford. The best of Rashford is yet to come, guys. You must still hit his prime. He's only what, 23?
Now, Benny, how old is
How
he?
old
How
is
young is he? He's in his
20-year-old.
prime.
He's almost 30 already.
He's literally 29. He's literally 29.
Yo.
But anyways, we didn't speak about fuck Rashford. We were poor against Burnley. We did not deserve to win the game. You get what you deserve in this league. We are very lucky to be 6th. And we are very lucky to be in the top 10, especially with our consistency this season. Like I told you at the very beginning of last season, and it was even worse this season. United have a starting 11, and that is all they have. Anything else is exactly what you're getting. So I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked either. I still want Erik to remain in charge because I honestly don't know who else.
We all do. I think we all do.
I want him. He must stay there.
I don't see who else. I think give him this. They're making the right moves on top. We're getting the right people in. What it looks like, people are there on what they've done in the past. They're very much experienced, and it's basically best in class. If you look at Jason Wilcox, if you look at Dan Ashworth, if you look at Omar Barada, the right moves are being made upstairs, which is where United has struggled for a very long time. We are not going to expect to see anything next season or even the season thereafter. I don't know what they will do with Erik. The way watching United this season has been painful, and I wouldn't be sad to see Erik go, to be honest with you. But if I had a choice, I'd keep him because the manager pool out there is poor. We have Liverpool that looked for a manager. We had Bayern Munich. Barcelona decided to keep Xavi now because who else is out there? Everybody's going to say Roberto De Zerbi. Everybody's going to say Thomas Tuchel. Those are two failed managers this season. Sorry?
To the guy they fired. They want Nagelsmann back. But
They got Ralph Rangnick back. They got Ralph Rangnick now.
He's staying by Austria. He's staying in Austria.
Just
yeah,
he was saying now about give him his time, whatever.
No, I didn't say give him his time.
Point I made about you're saying sticking it out with Ten Hag. How is United okay with sticking it out with Ten Hag? And Davy says Arteta's time is so when he's to come.
Bruh, what did Arteta do in his first 3 seasons by Arsenal? Was it 8th?
No, he won an FA Cup. He won an FA Cup.
He won an FA Cup. What is the league position?
Well, we won
First season, 8th.
Yeah.
Second season, 8th. Second season, 8th. Am I correct? Third season, 5th. Am I correct?
Yeah.
2 title runs after that. The man got his time. He got the team that he wanted. There's still players that is there from Jose Mourinho. Guys.
Yeah, but what about all the players he signed? What about Onana? What about Lissandro Martinez? What about all the players he signed already?
Lissandro Martinez didn't play the season.
Well, whose fault
Our
is that?
best defender did not play this. He was injured. How is that the manager's fault?
That's his fault because he played him, he rushed him back also. Why is he not playing Ahmad? Why is he not playing Ahmad Diallo? Why is he
Ask the manager. I can't say. But everything about United this whole season was the team picks itself. He can't make much change, especially in our back four. The only choices he would have the entire season is maybe one sub in centre mid and either wing. That is it. The rest he never had an option. There was never an option besides kids from the academy. I'm not making excuses because every single player in that dressing room, when you wear this shirt, it's supposed to mean something. The performance that we've seen fuck all of that. Except for Liverpool, except the big games where you would expect it, where the passion and the determination is a given. The rest, fuck all this season. So, can you blame the manager? He says, and you think, listen. The only team that there was one game in 18 months where you could choose a starting 11, and that was against City. Never again. Never again did he have a full squad. Bro, it's not. He never used it as an excuse, and big ups to him for that. He never blamed injuries once this season, even though it was thrown at him. When did he?
I can get it for you,
Benny, I'm going to tell you one thing now. You can't play shit with your full 11 and then play shit with injuries and blame your injuries. You can only blame injuries if you were good before the injuries.
Did we not have a good season last season? When we had a full squad last season, did we not have a good season last season?
You keep going to last season. We're talking about this
season. I'm talking about when we had his team. When you could pick a fucking team. Did we not play brilliant football? So what happened from last season to now? Injuries, am I correct? Did he have his best centre back? His best centre back for the entire season? No. We had a kid in Rasmus Højlund playing up front for the entire season. No backup striker. Not Anthony Martial.
He didn't sign a striker.
Do you think that he would want to go into this season with Anthony Martial and Rasmus Højlund? He's only two strikers for the season. Do you think that was his choice? No, brother. He was not back. And the fact that he was not back means that we had the changes on top that we see now. That's not going to happen again at United. No manager. No, he was never back, brother. Entering the season before. This season we signed Højlund, we signed Onana, and we signed Mount. Mount injured the entire season. Onana bedding in few good performances, mostly poor. And who was that one? Højlund. Kid that had a brilliant season up until his injury. Brilliant season, 6 in a row. That's the reason we are 6th. Now drawing to Burnley, drawing to Liverpool, losing to Chelsea. Out of the last 5, we only won Sheffield United, but we are still 6th.
That's the biggest false position I've ever seen in a while.
You know what I mean? Everybody else has been put around us as well. Tottenham is lucky that United just never capitalized. They would have been 7th with the cup results that they've got. Pool, we don't even know if Pool can get Champions League. That's how piss poor they were at the end of this season. It hits you, brother. It hits you.
If Spurs had a striker, we'll be 3rd on the log right now. If we had a striker. You can't say...
No, you tell me now, why don't you have a striker? Why don't you have a striker, Bram? Why does Ange not have a striker, Bram?
He left the day before the season started.
So he's not.
So now, whose fault is that, Bram? Whose fault is that, Bram? Whose fault is that, Bram? Why did you not have a striker? So now, listen here. It's exactly the same fucking thing going with fucking Højlund as your number 1 and only striker. For the season, what do you expect your season to be? A child who's never played in England. A child. That's your number 1 striker going to the season. What do you guys expect? A cup run.
In a man's world.
A cup run. He's a child. He's a teenager. He's a child. I scored one here.
That's
Man,
me.
Pascal, you guys want to jump out and watch the game?
I want to jump out. Love y'all.
I'm gonna
Are we
watch
done
it.
with United, David?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we're
go
done
with
with United. Give me your prediction for Palace on Monday.
Palace 2, United 1.
Sure. Palace are playing some good football. Final thoughts, my brother?
Thank you for tonight, guys. I fucking love this. This is fucking amazing. I missed it. I missed it the mood, so that was fun. Thank you.
So,
Yes,
so just to
yes.
confirm,
I'm PFA Player of the Year. Debbie, I'm gonna give you my three before I go. William Saliba. My candidates: William Saliba, Rodri,
Man's face.
and Christian Romero. That's my candidates.
Okay. Any yours?
Bruno, Foden,
Oh my Lord.
Bruno.
Oh my
Nah, Benny,
God.
you got me cover jokes tonight, man.
Bruno, Foden. I'm trying to and Palmer.
Foden and
Yeah.
Palmer.
Palmer for young player. Palmer for young player of the year. Hands down, he wins it.
Bruno for player.
Prediction, Prem, before you jump.
What prediction?
For tonight.
Spurs and Chelsea and then Liverpool and Spurs on Sunday.
2-1 Chelsea and Sunday 2-2 draw.
Say no more. Master P, yours?
2-2 tonight. And what's the prediction for the weekend? Is it like who's
Liverpool and Spurs.
I'm out. I'm gonna watch the game.
Yes, love my brother, bless.
2-1
Yes,
Liverpool?
bro.
2-1 Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, say no more. Penny, yours before you jump out?
2-1 Liverpool. 2-2 tonight. I think it's the same like you, Pascal.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, say no more. Pascal, you can jump out and watch the game if you feel free as well. We're just going to chat about title race and then get into predictions and all that.
Y'all do that. Love and reviews. Mwah.
I'll jump out too, bro. Let me go check out the game. Thanks.
Say no more, please. Beaster, let's talk title race. You've been in a lot of title races over the years with Liverpool. How do you see this one going down?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I can say the same thing to you because I think you guys are in a perfect position because of what happened last season to not do what happened last season. I think the guys that is there is the same guys who was there last season. So they've learned out of whatever happened, what they can do different. And I think that is going to be a great help going into the end of the season. The ball was in your court last season, it's in your court again. I think it's up to the guys. It's not up to Arteta. The way the camaraderie is in the camp, I can just see the hype. Anyone who plays should be able to go over the line regardless of who you play. You're the best team to watch in England, the best football played. City, even City included in that bunch, they don't play the City football that we all know and love and always want to watch. I think Arsenal plays not just exciting football, but it's good football also. And I'm not talking about a lot of goals only. Everyone is talking about them winning. No one is making mention of Arsenal is doing what City's been doing for years. It's moving teams 5-0, 6-0, 5-0, 6-0. It's not a once-off thing. It's a week in, week out thing. And that is not fucking easy. And I think that takes you over the line because the consistency is there, the confidence is there. People are saying you mustn't score so much goals, keep some for next week. But all that goals is what you need because you go on to the next, you're already 2-0 up. From that club group, you're already 2-0 up in your head. The way you play, the confidence you have at the back, the guys up front. Trossard is having a brilliant season for me. Like, he was always under the radar. He's having Havertz. No one liked Havertz. Arsenal fans, no Arsenal fans. No one liked him. But you can see now, Havertz, he needs to play. And I think because of that, Ben White was like Xhaka last year. And he's like Xhaka this year again by Leverkusen. Same thing. They under the radar, but it's not based on talent. It's not because he was a poor player and he's a good player. That talent has always been there. It's how you get it out of him. And I think that is going to make Arsenal go over the line. And City I feel they are depleted. Not that they cry, but losing the Champions League is not a big of a knock to Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, United to get kicked out of the. For City, they're the holders. They've been in finals in the Champions League. They lost in finals recent years. I'm not talking about everyone lost in finals Champions League years ago, Premier League teams. But City has been in the running. They're the Real Madrid of Champions League now, English-wise. So the ball is in your court, and I don't see City taking it away from you. You can play anyone. Your biggest task for this season was the North London derby. I don't care how shit Spurs is or how they were playing, it remains a derby. That will, and United Liverpool proved that. United is piss poor. They gave United Liverpool a game in both games, the FA Cup and in the league. That is the point of a derby. And I think you don't even have to worry if City must drop points or they need to drop points. It's the ball is in your court.
But where do you see them dropping points, though, Wiz? Where do you see them dropping points?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think Spurs is going to give them the toughest task, to be honest.
I don't know if it's like I said, that lot don't have anything to play for. They'll roll over and die, honestly.
But honestly, who else has anything to play for?
Look, for me, even if we go to the, I always wanted us to just go to the end. We do our job, but if we don't win this title, I'm not gonna look back at what's gonna happen in the next 3 games. I'm looking back at points dropped against Fulham home and away. I'm looking back at West Ham. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
the bigger picture.
That's what I'm looking at, because Fulham at home, we drew 2-2. Fulham away, we lost 2-1. That game you should be winning. West Ham at home, we had how many touches in the opposition box, didn't score. Do you know what I mean?
But if you look at our 97-point season also, we also lost games we should have won convincingly, and we didn't. And it doesn't go back to no City had 100 points, we had 97. That is the big thing everyone's talking about. But they don't look at the games we lost, we should have won.
Villa as well. Villa was another one. That was the one I was forgetting to leave. Villa was the one I was looking for. There was one that slipped my mind. Aston Villa was the one also as well. Because I mean, at that day, everything was like set up. Okay, look, I know City won the day before. But when you see Liverpool who are top and you see them dropping points, you're thinking, okay, let's get over the line. And we didn't. So there was just something about the day. But hopefully there are still more twists and turns. Champions League, you mentioned something about the Champions League. Who do you see in the final?
I think Madrid is going to come back second leg at home. I think, I wouldn't say Bayern was lucky, but they didn't deserve a draw. Okay, second half, they came out a different team. But I still see Madrid going over the line. I see PSG giving Dortmund a fight. I think Dortmund would have preferred to play home second leg. Even if they drew or lost the first leg, but that's a fortress to go to. I see PSG they were unlucky not to score last night too.
Two shots, the one, Mbappe and Hakimi, no?
Yeah, the crossbar. And I think that PSG's quarterfinal game is going to play a role in showing what they can really do. Because that game really showed, that is the PSG, that's what PSG can do. And they need to step up like that against Dortmund. And home ground advantage might play a role. So I'm hoping for Dortmund Madrid final, but I think PSG is gonna beat them, and it's gonna be a PSG Madrid final.
I hope so. Just for Mbappe, I want Mbappe to dunk on Real Madrid, and Mbappe must win the Euros so he can get Ballon d'Or. But it's like you said. But I think credit must be given to Dortmund actually to come out of that group of death and to be playing the way they are as well. Like, I think credit must be given to them.
True.
Before we wrap it up, your PFA Player of the Year? Don't say Cristiano Romero or Bruno.
Foden, Palmer, I think should definitely be up there. Yes, Palmer for Young Player of the Year, definitely. But I think for PFA Player of the Year also, there's not been anyone as standout as Foden.
Do you think it will go to the winner? Like if Arsenal win, do you think Declan Rice has a shot?
I think even if he don't win, he has a shot. I think the way Arsenal is playing is not just because of him, but it's purely based on what he brought to the team. And I think because of what happened last season and the difference in this season, that's true. As Nathan was saying,
I wanted to mention that to Benny, but he dropped out.
Yeah, that was a shocker. Not a shocker. That doesn't surprise me. It shouldn't surprise you.
It doesn't.
Because you know what you can do.
Exactly.
We know what you can do. And I think a player doing it somewhere else What does that tell you? Does it stem from the player? Is it the club? Is it the coach? Is it the manager? Who do you blame for that? Because I'm sure he had a role to play in these disagreements or whatever fallouts he had at United. But it doesn't change the talent in him. He's still a brilliant player. And I think the same with Salah. Are you going to look past it and say, we know you're good, so you can't be disrespectful?
Exactly.
So what do you do? But yeah, PFA, I think between Park, I think it's going to be Rice, Palmer, and Foden. That's the best three players that's been in the league. I said in the beginning of the season, Maddison's first 5 games was brilliant. When he got injured, Spurs was never the same again, and so did Maddison. Also just die out.
Maddison just fell away. Your prediction for Liverpool Spurs on the weekend, just before we close off?
I think
Odegaard has been brilliant since the turn of the year. Anyway, Liverpool.
Odegaard, yes, to a certain extent, but if I put him and Rice together and I can say, like, between games winning or carrying the team over the line, I think Rice played a big role in that. Yes, Odegaard is higher up, but Declan Rice is holistically is just brilliant in everything. Retaining the ball, winning the ball back, scoring goals, he does everything. With Odegaard, if he has an off game, Arsenal struggles to go through the middle. That is it. You don't see Arsenal playing through the middle. You need Martinelli. You need Martinelli because he's like his savior. He's Odegaard's savior. But prediction for Sunday, I think Liverpool needs a big game.
Their Sundowns are winning the title.
Hey?
Their Sundowns, Sundowns can win the title tonight. I saw Chiefs were down to 10 men.
Nah, they fucking deserve it. They fucking deserve it, bro.
They win it every year.
I think.
Go ahead, you're back. Go ahead,
Liverpool needs big opponents. We can't play against, no disrespect to them, but the teams in the lower end of the table, we can't play those teams now because they will just Crystal Palace us or Man United us or whatever. I think Spurs, with the way they play, they will allow us in. We've been creating chances, we're just not finishing it. I think the 11 is going to be very important of who Klopp chooses. Salah had 90 minutes, he did nothing. He was benched last week. He had threw a whole tantrum because he was benched. So I would like to see him start on Sunday and put the ball back in his court. Because if he does nothing, then Klopp he doesn't have to say anything in his post-match interview because
I think it's goals as well because that Jota one, like even the Jota injury, I was like, that's so fucking unlucky, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I can't see Spurs winning at Anfield as much as I want them to.
I'm going to go 2 on Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm going 2-2. But yeah, final thoughts, my brother?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Davey. Every time we have our final thoughts, we always say, short Nathan.
Short Nathan.
Normally, we say at the end of the podcast, we mustn't wait so long before the next one, but somehow we always do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of the season. It's a pity we're not part of it, but I think it's going to be a nail-biter. I hope Arsenal gets over the line. I said it last year. I said it the year before.
Yeah, you've been consistent.
I'm a closet Arsenal supporter, but City doesn't deserve it. City put the level up there. They weren't there. That was their own fault. They played a type of football that we became accustomed to. And because they just went 10% lower, it's not the same City anymore. Yes, they can get over the line, but it's not as convincing as what Arsenal was. If you look at just the past 2 months, they more deserved of the league. Any favors that anyone can do for Arsenal, I hope that happens. And I still see City dropping points. Either Spurs, I forgot about Villa, but as Nigel mentioned at the end, you said about Villa, I think that's going to be their tricky picture because Villa has European football to play for, and any points dropped by City is going to be a loss to them. So whether they draw or lose, it's a big knock.
Yeah, let's see. I'm praying, my brother. But yeah, love for jumping on. Love to everyone in the comments. The comments were fire. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, and of course, subscribe to the Footy Therapy. It's shameless, Davey. It's Beasley in the slot, and we are out of here. Bless.
Yes.